atmosphere like down here in North Minnesota?
It's something different.
Snaps, fakes it, looks to his left, throws it. 24, wide open, downfield, nothing but net. It's a touchdown for the North DeSoto Griffin.
All right, welcome everybody to another episode of Griffin Plus. I'm here with Coach Dunn again after a big 63-13 win at Minden at the Pit. Coach, first off, I want you to speak on our receivers a little bit because everybody saw the tough start. Okay, that was pretty evident. But then we had a pretty good 2-minute drill before half, got challenged at halftime, and I thought they kind of spun the night. You want to talk about that for just a second?
Yeah, I mean, coming into the season, the receiving corps was the most inexperienced of our team in terms of position groups. So we knew there was going to be a period of time of growing up, and we've seen flashes of brilliance throughout the year, some guys really having some individual good games, but as a group, we're still developing. And I thought the other night was a big challenge, a big test up front because we faced a team that decided that they were going to press man us and put 8 people in the box and stop our run game. And, early on we struggled. We struggled getting off the press. And but, with guys like Kai Johnson making a big play in the past game there in the first half after we had struggled a few possessions, really I think kicked off our night. And from there, like you said, I thought we settled in and finished the first half really well and then played an outstanding second half at that position. But our defense, in my opinion, overshadowed all of it because they had a standout night, standout performance on that side of the ball, created 5 turnovers and, up front just handled business, wreck shop up front. That was a football team in Minden that had scored 48, 51, a lot of points being scored by that team, and we were nervous coming in. But, man, I thought our defense really made a statement the other night in that big win.
And our defense is slowly getting back to 100% healthy.
Yeah.
That's what a lot of people don't know.
Yeah, we've had some guys that we've had to piecemeal some defenses together with the injuries that we have. When you start off the season with a gauntlet that we started with, you're going to get some guys banged up. But, losing Logan Addison for a couple of weeks was a huge hit for us, and so you have to move a guy like Bell to the inside, taking him off the outside. And again, he plays so well outside. Just the other night, fact proven with what he did. I think he created 3 of the turnovers himself.
I think you're right.
So what an outstanding player. We're still missing Larry and Brokenberry again for the second week in a row, but should get him back here in the next week or so and could get all of our pieces back together. And man, we need them down the stretch here. We need to stay healthy 100%.
Absolutely. The defense, Coach Madison, Coach, I don't know if you always know this, but they take a picture after every turnover. Excuse me. And then after the game.
You all right?
Yeah, I had something in my throat. Let me start over. So I don't know if you know this, but Coach Madison sends me pictures after every game. They take a picture after every turnover, and they sent me 5 pictures. And I had to send back, wait, were there 5 turnovers? Like, I didn't even know that. But, I mean, we're normally at the TVs, but our defense played phenomenal, if not their best game all season. Super impressed with those guys as always. Porter Doyle played his tail off. I think he had 15 tackles and 3 tackles for a loss. Like you said, Hayden Bill always finds his way to the football.
And I thought up front we might have been as consistent as we've been all year. Our defensive line, establishing the line of scrimmage and very reminiscent of the West Monroe game and how they played up front. So very proud of our defense, very proud of our defensive coaches for the game plan that they put together. So, man, when our defense plays well like they did the other night, put us in good position, a lot of short fields with the turnovers, it really makes it easy for us offensively to get in a rhythm. And I thought there at the end of the first half, I mean, they made it interesting for a quarter or so, with what they were doing. And and our defense from the first snap was playing well. So that was really big in that football game. That was an important game, I thought. Coming off the kind of the lackluster performance that we all felt like we had against BTW, to come back and have that kind of win on the road was truly a testament to what I think this football team is and can be going forward.
I agree. Offensively, do you have an unsung hero this week? Obviously, the kid who played his tail off, Luke Delafield, 5 touchdowns, almost 300 passing yards. I can't remember off the top of my head. Played his tail off. Is there anybody that maybe did kill it on the stat sheet that you want to highlight?
Well, I think the most consistent guy in the offensive line up front was, again, Brady Floyd. I mean, what a game he had, and he just continues to play well week in and week out. I thought the most consistent receiver was, the big tight end. Miller Warren just is outstanding in the passing game, and we needed some plays to be made in the passing game, and those that he made, there in the second quarter and then going forward throughout the game. 4 catches for almost 100 yards himself. He and Kai Johnson both really had outstanding games receiving. So just so proud of Miller, and he just gets better every week. Just tremendous upside from him. But you mentioned Luke. Luke has played well every week, in my opinion. May not have had the stats that everybody looks for with Luke because we run the ball so well, but this was one of those games where we needed to throw it, and when he did, he was lights out, just very accurate, 5 touchdowns, and like you said, almost 300 yards. So just what we expect from Luke Delafield. Take what the defense has given us, and the other night, obviously, they said, all right, we're going to make you throw it if you can, and I think he proved that he still can.
Absolutely. We get, just like I've said with Latin and with Kenny and the running backs, and sometimes we get spoiled and we forget, and we're just used to it. We watch it every single day.
Yeah.
And then, you look at the stats, like you said, sometimes the stats aren't there. I put that in air quotes. They're meaningful. Like those completions, he may be, 10 for 15, but those 10 completions are huge completions.
Absolutely. And he's protected the ball so much better this season, Tyler. That's the one challenge I gave him going in is, Luke, protect the football. You're a gunslinger. We know you like to make the big throws and throw in traffic, but this is a team that's going to be good. We can run the football on people. Our defense is going to be very good. Let's don't give the other team the football unnecessarily. And he's done a great job with that. Just really, I'm so proud of how he has extended plays with his legs, and he seems to be running faster than he ever has. So just so excited about the potential that's still there for him, and he's still growing as a quarterback. That's fun to know and fun to watch for sure.
Absolutely. Coach, last thing. A couple weeks ago, went a little viral on social media. We had Coach Morrison versus Coach Richard. Started off as a joke, like, hey, you won't put the pads on. Yes, I will. And then the other guy would say, you won't do it. Oh, yes, I will. And then the rest of us coaches kind of instigated it a little bit.
Just a little.
A tad bit. And so now, I think we got to make it a weekly thing where those guys go up against one another.
Yeah, maybe a foot race this
Yes.
week.
Yes.
Maybe they need to race. I think my money's on Coach Richard in a foot race.
With how many yards head start?
Nah, I don't know. I think head to head. Richard wins it in a foot race.
Coach, you're going to have these guys out here being timed and practicing, and that, I can remember a couple years ago before a playoff game, or maybe it wasn't. Maybe during the year, Coach Hardaway and Coach Morrison got out there and did a 40-yard dash, and we all like to believe that once upon a time we were, I wouldn't say athletes, but we were more athletic.
Yeah.
And watching those two guys race, Coach,
it's scary.
It is very scary.
It's a scary sight.
We got to have a trainer on staff ready to go.
100%.
Well, Coach, I appreciate it. We're going to have Coach James on next. Coach James, welcome back, buddy.
Hey, thanks for having me, man.
Oh, stop it. You don't mean it.
No.
And I hope nobody thinks that we're not buddies, that handshake wasn't legit last week.
Yeah.
Fair point.
I was going to add. I was going to start with something else. I want to start with that. Defense on Tuesday had an okay day. I think offense might have won a little bit.
Sorry, you cut out there.
Okay, yeah. But some people are saying that 4th and 2 like built the momentum for the week, makes you a little tougher as a group.
Yeah, no. What was really cool I saw about it was the people that are watching were commenting on Facebook about it.
Yes,
like Mike Thibodeau.
Yes,
he commented about the 4th and 2. So shout out Mike. He's a great guy.
We appreciate you listening for sure, and it did make them tougher, 100%. 100%. Coach, first thing, great game. I told Coach Dunn just a minute ago, like, offense comes off the field, we immediately go over to the TVs to watch the previous drive. And very often are we in the middle of watching the drive and we've already got to go back on offense because you guys have gotten the football for us again. I didn't realize you had 5 takeaways. Shame on me.
Yes.
First off, shame on me. I know you guys played great. Didn't realize it was that great until after the game when Coach Madison sent me 5 pictures and I had to question it. Like, y'all had 5 turnovers?
I love how you had to question it.
Well,
you have to before you post it.
Yeah, correct.
Right.
Before I post it on social media, I need to know. But, like, also very impressive. What I don't think people understand, and I want you to speak on this a little bit, is that you guys play so many more possessions because we play so fast, and it sometimes we're score fast, but sometimes we are right off the field very fast. Knock on wood. No, I'm not going to tell Coach Parker that.
No, I want that posted.
No, I'm not.
I'm going to clip that part.
Don't clip that.
And that's going on my
Don't clip
Facebook
that.
page.
Very rarely, okay?
That'll be edited out, I'm sure. That's
Yeah.
terrible. So, and it's one thing that the colleges are going to, instead of points per game, a lot of colleges are going points per possession just because, the tempo offense is kind of, taking a little bit of fire and, you don't want to look at the game and say, okay, well, you're giving up 28. Well, 28 points now really isn't terrible with how great these offenses are that we're seeing, and that and just in general, I mean, if you look at 1-5-8,
that's what I was just thinking.
Yeah, that's just like what everybody's going to. These offenses are pretty dang good, and you really do need to go back and look at what are the points per possession, because if you're looking at the total game, when we first made this switch, I mean, you'd average maybe 50 plays of defense. Well, now we're averaging 85.
Right.
I mean, that's 35 more plays right off the bat that you have to defend, and that could be, 3 more series. It could be 2 more series, 4 more series. You don't really know. So that's just one thing that we've done over here the last few years when we moved to the tempo offense is what are our points per possession? I couldn't tell you the exact number right now, but, I think it's pretty good.
Yeah. No, guys, Coach, I think you do a great job.
No, man, I think he put this in here to bash us.
No, I did not.
And you know what? Monday James is about to come out right now.
No, sir. That's not true. I was going to say something, then you saying that got me off track. Oh, no, here's what I was going
Here, I'm going to say this because you said it too.
Go ahead.
You talk about how y'all were barely watching the film, and then you had to go back out there.
Yeah.
That's how we feel every game. We never get a chance to just sit over there and, we usually now we get a turnover, we take a picture, and we're back out on the field. Y'all either scored or something great has happened or maybe not, knock on wood, but it's just, it is very rapid fire. Like, so your adjustments need to be very, very quick, if at all.
Right. And so here's behind the scenes. We had talked about it the week before. Sometimes that happens, and we get a PAT, and we had talked about it at the coaches meeting. Let's just, if we get out there, we want to go for 2, whatever, if we're indifferent about it, let's just take the 5-yard penalty because we are blessed. We haven't really talked about him enough. Dakota Denny is an incredible kicker.
Yeah.
Like 5 yards, kick
nothing.
He could kick it from 40, so we don't really care. So like the other night, that you could feel like the kids that weren't on PAT or not on first O, they're freaking out on the sideline. And some people on the sideline are like, "Oh my gosh, so we're going to take a penalty." And
or like, who are we missing out there is another thing. Like,
right.
That, I feel like we run a PAT team out there, and every now and then, I mean, I know Arnder early in the season was just like from the defensive side of the ball, and y'all are
right.
He just hauls tail down there. So I could see that maybe it'd cause a little bit of panic, but you're right. Take the time, gives the defense another little few seconds to rest, and then you think about this. Y'all are so tempo that it is third down like this, and it could be 3rd and 2 or 3rd and 10, and then you're yelling, "Hey, punt alert!" Right. So now you lose all those guys that are on defense.
I never thought about that.
So I mean, really, meeting is just we don't even meet anymore. It's just let's just go take a picture and move on.
Like every third down, somebody's screaming "punt alert!"
Every time, and it could be 3rd and 1, and they're screaming "punt alert!"
Right, and we convert or we don't. It's just
But coach, I mean, we're going most likely go for it on fourth down.
Right.
I mean,
yeah.
you got
it really needs to be fourth alert.
fourth. That's what I said preseason, but nobody listens to me. We just stick me on the defense side of the ball, and that's it.
Coach, I mean, not that anybody's going to listen to me, but me and you both we're team fourth alert.
Hey,
Bang.
team fourth alert.
After last week,
Also,
we needed
team
this.
nobody listens to.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Except
100%.
on Griffin Plus.
Yeah, Griffin Plus. We just need
Everybody
to,
has to listen.
Has to listen. We need to abuse this time. No, it's a great point. I've never noticed how hard you have it, Coach James.
Nobody ever does. Thank you for that. That's so sarcastic, everybody. But I'm taking it
not.
from where you
No,
gave
it's
it to
not,
me.
man. No, I'm being for real, man. You got it really tough. So, do you feel like you're a better defensive coach and y'all are a better defensive unit because of the offense that we run and how we shape practices and whatnot?
Oh, 100%. It's been the greatest thing, I think, to happen to North Dakota football. But also, as a coach, I mean, we see the fastest team in the state every day at practice, good on good, and we see some crazy things go down. And I think it has only made us better and more prepared.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, and for sure, like mentally tougher too. So if you do play a team like that, or if you play a slow team, you're like, this is easy. We're making adjustments.
And then like the battles that we go where y'all might false start and then there's no dead ball. They just run the play and score like happened last week. Or maybe there was linemen down the field we don't call. And I love Coach Odom. But I think he's more of an offensive-minded coach when it comes to the ball down periods.
Just bad mouthing one of the greatest
of all time. He is a living legend
in Louisiana of all time. But that's fine.
Is what it is.
You know, yeah, and I feel like we've been talking forever about this, but we got something for you this week, and it's going to be fun.
I've heard.
It's gonna be fun.
I have something for them.
No, it's going to be fun. Please don't hurt us. Okay, moving on. You guys played your tails off. Porter Doyle, Player of the Week, 15 tackles.
15 tackles. Could have easily been Hayden Bell.
Right.
You know, I think Porter just graded it a little bit higher because of those tackles, but I mean, it was just one of our, I think, best performances, which is what you want. What we were talking about today, like when we were watching film, is we didn't want to peak against West Monroe. Obviously, we played really well. We fought really hard. But if you're peaking week 3, it's a very long season after that. So I just told him we just got to keep this gradual uphill fight to whenever we hit the playoffs, we are at our absolute best.
And you're slowly getting healthier.
Yeah, bringing back Logan Addison last week was a huge help. Again, the same guys are playing.
Right.
But now you take Barry from a spot that he hadn't practiced or played hardly at all, and he gets to go back to his original spot, and you get one of your, best football players in general on the football team back on the field. He's just got a real knack for the ball. It just tremendously helped us out. And then you're still missing your starting safety with Larry and Brokenberry, who's been out past 3 weeks.
Yeah. I was talking about with my wife the other day. Excuse me. We have Derek White, freshman, gets in and he's does a great job, scores a touchdown, gets injured. He's going to be out a little bit, but he's one of our up-and-coming kids. And then we've had Logan Addison get injured and Brokenberry. And just, it's football. This happens week to week. But how deep you have to be, especially in 4A, especially with us, in order to compete every week, not only to compete every week, but to win a state championship. Like
it's a lot of luck on how healthy you stay.
Right.
Like I know a lot of people, like my brother coaches at Parkway, and in the past few years they've had a little rough stretch of injuries, and now the past few weeks we've had now some minor things, but still it takes some guys out and puts them in different positions. But you really do have to get lucky. And then we go back to a few years ago, we played Airline, and our starting linebacker, first game of the year, gets ejected in the second quarter. Well, I thought that was the biggest eye-opening thing for me, is because we didn't have a next guy up. And ever since that game, and Coach Madison, our safeties coach, has done a tremendous job of, hey, during scout team, we need to be moving guys around. It can't just be your starting 11, because in the event something happens, it's the next man up mentality. And that's kind of what we've, since that Airline game, moved to. Yeah,
you definitely grow as a coach, because I feel the same way. Like, early on, and still I am victim to it. Like, you don't really think about that. You don't think about worst case scenario a ton. And you don't want to think about it. You don't want to think about it, but you still have to be ready. And I think kudos to you and your defense. You've been out 2 key guys for a while now, and you're getting them back, but haven't missed a beat. So,
right. And then just going on to that last thing about it is, at one point in the game Friday, you had Porter Doyle go out and Braden Thomas. So that's your starting linebacker who makes all the calls and one of your best corners. out, and so you have to throw in. Then you move Barry back to outside linebacker, put in another D lineman. Jacob Haley goes in there for one play and makes a tremendous play on their sideline after they kind of quarterback scrambled out there. But that's just, again, next man up mentality, and that kudos to Jacob for being ready on the spot, standing right next to his coach, runs out there, makes a great play.
Yeah, and that just makes you better as a unit. Now you're more confident. Now the kid's more confident. If it happens next week in the playoffs, whatever, like I genuinely think that we are getting better. Let's see if this makes any sense. We are getting better at a faster rate than we would have. When Cole went down last year, we had to play some of these guys. LaCour, Braylon Moore started to get more reps at practice. EJ, Kai, those guys like
Radon going out and Ivy playing the rest of the year.
Right.
And Ivy was your 12th guy. Like, he was going to rotate in some spots. Well, then he ended up being a starting safety for us for, 13, 12 games, somewhere around there.
And you're not saying, like, we obviously don't want to be without those guys.
No, right.
But we can spin it positively, and some people got to grow, and Cole got to come back and play. So,
right.
And he's playing great at SAU. Shout out Cole Corey. So, Coach, do you have anybody that you would say maybe didn't fill up the stat sheet, or anybody that practiced well? I don't know, scout team guys, or anybody you want to highlight or talk about?
Yeah, I mean, I think, again, I love to point out Keith Smith. Again, he's been starting the past few weeks because Brokenberry's been out, and he has just stepped up in crucial ways. He had a pretty slow night, but just doing his job. And that's another guy that was not penciled in to start.
Right.
And now he's gone on 3 to 4 games of starting. So I always like to mention him. And then Big Daryl Thomas, he was questionable before the game, and he has probably his best game of the night, just clogging up A-gaps. I mean, he's the biggest kid on the field no matter where you're at or who you're going to play, but he's just a freshman. And I thought he kind of finally put it all together. We're hoping he can build off that into a great week of practice this weekend and a great game Friday.
Yeah, Minden has some dudes.
Coach.
They've got some players.
Yes.
I mean,
very, very good looking kids.
And if you look at them on paper, they're 2 and, whatever, or I think maybe they've won 2. I can't even remember now.
Yeah.
But man,
easily, I know Coach Hurd talked about it on the Fletch show, is that they easily could be 4-1.
Correct. Yeah,
that's
correct.
Their record does not define them. That's what we told them. Our defense all week is, and I'm sure the same on the offense, is their record does not define how good they are. They are a good football team. They're very well coached. They have some good-looking players, very large, very, very fast. It was definitely, I thought, a trap game for us.
Correct.
I thought you go into the pit, which we historically have not played great there. So I was very, very happy with how the outcome came out.
Yeah, obviously, same. They're always a tough test. They're always more athletic than us, bigger than us. Our guys just fought and give it to our guys. Prepare the mental toughness that our guys. I feel like I'm talking too much, but the mental toughness that your guys, offense, defense, special teams, have shown these weeks is impressive. Like for high school kids to remain undefeated through the first crazy 4 games that we've had. It's just been tough. Homecoming week at Minden over fall break. It's been rough. Kudos to them. Coach, last thing. Coach Dunn wants to do a Coach Morrison versus Coach Richard thing again.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, and he's like adamant about it. He didn't really say that much on camera about it. I know he wanted to, but if you haven't watched it already, go back and watch on our Facebook.
Please.
Excuse me, Coach Morrison and Coach Richard. There was a little trash talk about you won't put the pads on. No, you won't.
Mind
I
you,
will.
all the trash talk came from
Us.
Coach Morrison.
No, yeah, Coach Morrison. Yeah.
Richard just defended his honor, and
Yeah.
I stand with that.
No, Coach.
Coach,
Okay, that's a defensive guy taking up for a defensive guy right there.
No.
I'm going to take up for my guy. It was both sides. Okay, it's fun trash talk, but anyways, they're gonna do another challenge.
It cannot be a Oklahoma drill like it
No,
was last
Coach
time.
said it needs
It's got
to be a
a
foot
one-on-one.
race.
Oh, a foot race.
And he has Coach Richard in it.
Oh, I'm taking Richard too. That guy's got that dog mentality.
Yeah, you're right.
And that's the difference between offense and defense, if you're asking me.
Okay, gonna act like I didn't hear that. So what I did bring up was when Coach Hardaway and Coach Morrison raced before one of our playoff games, and I think
Yeah.
Coach Hardaway won.
No. Coach Morrison.
Coach Morrison
It
won.
was bad.
Shout
It was
out Coach
bad.
Hardaway. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
and
was
so just remembering that, and now replaying how the lack of speed on Coach Morrison's part. And I think I'm going to pick Coach Richard too.
Yeah, and honestly, that's not favorited. I don't think Richard's the favorite there. I think if you're just, looking at the two, you're going to say Coach Morrison should win, right?
I don't know. Coach Richard's a dog.
I'm putting it all on Coach Richard just because he's got that dog mentality.
Yeah, I like it. All right, so next up we'll have Coach Parker. We now welcome on the one and only Coach Matthew Parker, our offensive coordinator here at North DeSoto. Coach, fresh off of a 63-13 win and a JV win. We're filming this at 7 o'clock Monday night. Just got back from Southwood, but let's talk about the Minden game real quick. First off, do you have anybody that you may want to highlight, maybe an unsung hero or maybe somebody that wasn't in the box score or maybe somebody that was?
Yeah, I think as far as filling up the box score a little bit, Miller Warren had a big game. Especially, we struggled in the past game. Minden had a really good game plan, and as far as stopping our run game goes, and did a really good job with their technique and putting a bunch of people down in the box. And we needed somebody to step up and have a big game for us as far as a pass catcher goes. And I thought Miller Warren did a really good job. He's had some games where he had like one catch for 7 yards, and then he's had some games like he had the other night where he was 4 for 93 or something like that, 4 for 97. I can't remember the exact number, but he's been pretty consistent for us as far as just catching the ball. I mean, every time it seems like he's been able to get his hands on it, he's brought it in, and he's a big target for us. And he also does a really good job in the run game.
I was about to say, yeah.
He's especially with all the gap scheme and stuff that we run. His block is usually really important and kind of what we call the touchdown block. It's the last block that can spring the running back. And I think he kind of got to benefit a little bit. We got to reward him some for how well he's done in the run game. Sometimes you don't get to see all that as just the casual fan, but he's done a really good job in that. And then he kind of got to shine a little bit against Minden as a pass catcher. So
yeah, big time screen and big time streak. He had a couple good catches over.
Yeah,
pretty dang good defender.
Two really good over the shoulder catches that it kind of looks like. And I say that Luke did put it on the money. He put it away from the defender, but that's a really really hard catch for a high school kid to make. I mean, not many kids go away from their body and catch it over the shoulder as well as he does. And he's done a really nice job. He had some really really big time catches the other night, especially on third downs.
Definitely. So early on, there were some. I'll just say it. Coach Reeves is going to hate me, but there were some big drops by receivers. Yeah. But then, obviously, they did a great job in the 2-minute drill before the half, and then the second half, it was like the first half didn't even happen. Right. You want to speak on that a little bit? Did you tell them anything at halftime?
Well, I'm glad you mentioned Coach Reeves because I think honestly, Coach Reeves is the perfect receiver coach for the group that we have. I mean, he. He's a positive guy. He's always high energy.
Fun squad.
Yeah, he's kind of, the new president of the fun squad. But he does a really good job of staying positive with those guys even when times get tough. Whereas, some of the other coaches on staff, including myself, have a tendency to be quick to anger when it comes to that kind of stuff.
No.
And he does a really good job of staying calm and being patient with them and just coaching them up as far as technique goes and how to improve. And he's a lot slower to become angry with those guys. And he's doing a really good job growing that group up. And I think, knock on wood, we saw that happen about midway through the second quarter on the other night. I think, Kai had a big catch towards the end of the half that kind of settled the whole group in. I think when they saw that, it kind of gave them some confidence, like, okay, we can do this. And, Luke, we probably haven't, it's crazy to say this, we probably haven't talked about Luke enough this year and the type of year he's having. Because in the box score, I was looking at it on the weekend. I kind of do our stat input and all that. But he is a little behind pace where he's been the last 2 years stat-wise. But I think he's having his best year as far as accuracy goes and decision-making goes. And, we just haven't finished them all the time, which is what it is, but we're getting a lot more main coverage and stuff like that because of how well we're running the football, so it's a little tougher. But he's doing a really, really nice job with his accuracy. And the big thing for me the other night was him pulling the ball down and running it.
Correct.
We were struggling a little bit against the press man, especially, we knew number one for them was really, really good. He ended up playing corner on who's been our most consistent receiver, Braylon Moore. And we were struggling to get open a little bit. And Luke, the play that sticks out in my mind the most, we had a 4th and 3 struggling. We called slants. And he did a really good job in not just throwing it because we called that. He pulled it down and went and picked it up, a 10-yard gain.
Yep.
And that kind of got us going, and we finished with a touchdown. So just stuff like that, we talk about an unsung hero. Luke doing that was kind of the unsung hero. People don't see that stuff, that he didn't just throw an incomplete pass or force it in there. He
And that
pulled it
wasn't
down
the
and
play
took
call.
off. Correct. He just went and made a play.
Correct.
So he's having, in my opinion, even though stat-wise it doesn't say that, he's having his best year as far as decision-making and accuracy goes.
No, I completely agree. From if you're just a fan and you're just looking at stats, you may say what you were saying, Luke's not having as good of a year. Not that he's having a bad year. He's not having as good of a year as he has in the past, which may or may not be true for stats.
Yeah.
Game management, accuracy is unreal on some of these throws. And we just get to we're so spoiled, we just think we're at practice with him every day, and we know that's going to happen. He's going to make crazy plays. And I do agree. I remember in the spring game, me and Coach Morrison out on the field, and I think he took and ran one, and we both looked at each other
yeah, it's a big deal.
if he just starts doing that, it's that's a game changer. That's the next evolution of his game. And I think even some college coaches, I don't think you mind me saying this, but some college coaches have told him that that's the next level.
Right.
And he is much, much improved in that.
Yeah, it's been huge.
It has been great. I'm going to go and tell you, Coach James didn't have anything mean to say.
That's surprising.
Well.
You got him before or after practice?
We got him before. We got pre-practice,
yeah.
Coach James. And I'm going to put that on the video. We got pre-practice Coach James, so he's not fired up.
Yeah, that's boring, really.
Yeah, he was upset about a call today. I don't remember what it was, but we'll get a really intense Tuesday, Coach James, for sure.
Yeah, I think you should have him on after practice tomorrow.
No, thank you. I'm just messing. There was something else I was going to say about Coach James, but I can't remember. Until next time. The last thing, Coach. A couple weeks ago, we had Coach Morrison, Coach Richard on. Mm-hmm. We had the viral video of you tossing it to Coach Morrison, which was the worst play call you've ever had in the history of you calling plays. Was you tossing it to Coach Morrison? Tossing it. That's tough. Went a little viral. They want to do it again. Coach Dunn said we have to do something again. We need to see it again. It got the kids fired up. Kids love it. Mm-hmm. Two things. First off, well, go ahead. You want to do a foot race?
Yeah, no, I've been wanting to see them race for a long time. It all started, Logan is undefeated currently in foot races. You remember in pregame.
I've already said he beat Coach Hardaway.
Coach Hardaway and him lined it up, and it really wasn't
roasted
close.
him. Yeah,
Right.
I forgot about that.
You're talking about the undisputed champion,
right.
Coach Morrison.
I forget that.
Yeah.
We don't give him the respect. Right. And he has a torn meniscus or something. That's neither here nor there.
Top Golf.
Yeah.
Yeah, he almost fell off the stage at Top Golf, and that's how he tore his meniscus.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, it's tough.
He doesn't say that.
No, the trainer at Top Golf was off that night.
Oh man, yeah. Oh my gosh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
we're leaving that in. If you're stuck along this long to listen to that, congrats. Yeah. Wow, what a warrior!
Dangerous.
What a warrior! So him and Coach Richard are going to foot race. You want to add an element to that foot race? Do we want to share it?
You can share it. I mean, so over the summer, the coaches got together and we watched the hot dog eating contest every July 4th. And we sat there and thought, it's really not that hard to eat a hot dog a minute.
Right.
Sure, especially if you sit around and train that. So we tried it out. Coach Conger won by a lot.
Yeah.
I think he ate one in 35 seconds.
It's actually pretty impressive.
It's unreal. He does it every Sunday night, too.
Right.
Sonic. But Coach Morrison was at a minute 15, I want to say. It was just over a minute. I do think, if we just do a foot race, linear speed, I think Richard may win. I think Richard can get the momentum going a little bit. I watched him hit him in that drill. It was explosive. It wasn't good.
Yeah.
So, but I think if we add the eating element into it, and maybe if we have a little change of direction of some sort at the beginning, maybe an up down or something, we're going to give him a chance. I don't know. We're going to have to
eat a hot dog, run 100 yards is what we're looking at.
Yeah, that's where we're at right now. And it's going to be exhilarating. I'm going to go with Coach Morrison as the winner for now because he's an offensive staff member.
I'm going to stay with my guy.
Don't have a choice, but it's going to be tough.
Right.
Coach Richard is going to get that hot dog down pretty quick.
Yeah. Can't wait. It's going to be great. And my gosh, we are idiots.
Yeah.
For us to do this. But okay, let's talk about this real quick and then we can be done. What you want to speak on like why you do stuff like that? Like why we think we do stuff like that? Why we should do stuff like that?
Yeah, so we started doing that last year.
Yeah.
We, we kind of decided, like, obviously these high school kids, for the most part, all love the game of football. But there's a lot of them in there that don't love it as much as we do.
Correct.
And, like, we chose this profession for a reason. We all have been a part of football, like, some of us since we were born, some of us, at least since college, stuff like that. Like, we all chose football as a lifestyle. These kids didn't, or they haven't yet. Some of them may. I hope they go on to coach and stuff like that. Coach Dunn talks about all the time how many kids he's got going on to coach and how proud he is, and I think that's awesome, and I hope that happens. But there are a lot of kids in our locker room that they say they love the game of football or they like the game of football, but they don't love it as much as we do. So, like, we think it's really important just at the beginning of practice, especially on a Thursday. It's been hot out there for the most part. Get them fired up a little bit before we, do another 18 periods of work. And it's been really good for us, especially when we get Richard and Logan involved because, first of all, they're funny. Second of all, they're very competitive with each other, even when they're not doing that. Like, just in the coach's office, they're constantly.
Because if anybody doesn't know, that's our O-line coach and our D-line coach.
Right,
so naturally, they're kind of like rivals.
Right,
they're like, well, not at all. They love each other, but it is good. I agree. I love it. It's a little competition. Gets people, and the kids love it. The kids are jumping around. They're thinking all these crazy things that we'll never do. Yeah. And I mean, here I am saying that we've gotten pads. Now we're doing a hot dog race, so
it's gotten pretty
maybe we will
passage.
maybe we will do some of the things that they want to do. But I love it, and I think it was a great idea. I know last year we did like a punt catch competition. You and Coach Young,
undisputed champion,
right? Yeah, you won that one. Nasty grab.
Another funny one that they do is the 101 pass routes. We got to bring that back.
Yes,
maybe after the foot race.
Yes,
that is great TV.
And then I edit the video to make it look like the other one won, or just to make them mad. But it's good stuff. No, we enjoy it. I think it's a big part of our culture here that Coach Dunn always talks about. Obviously we all love each other and we enjoy spending time with each other. And I think it shows through stuff like that, even with doing like silliness, things like that. Coach, if you got anything?
No.
I'm good to go, man. We're going to get to go home to our families. Guys, we'll be at home at Griffin Stadium versus Southwood this Friday. Should be a great game. A much improved Southwood team. They've got some studs on that defense and as well as offense. They've won, 2 or 3 games this year?
3 and 2.
3 and 2. Coach Diamante is turning that thing around, and we're excited to get the opportunity to play them.
Yeah, I do want to say about them real quick. We just played them in JV, and the amount of kids they have.
Yeah, it was crazy.
They had a sideline full.
Yeah.
They were super well coached. It was a competitive JV game. We won. We ended up winning by 2 scores, but it was a super competitive, really, really good JV game. One of those that, we like to play that's growing our kids up a lot.
Right.
So, what Coach Diamante Johnson's doing over there is really, really good.
Yep. We're excited about it. Make sure you like, subscribe. Thanks, guys.
Looks for number 7. Beautiful pass. He was triple covered.
What's that atmosphere like down here in North Dakota?
It's something different.
Snaps. Fakes it. Looks to his left. Throws it. 24. Wide open. Downfield. Nothing but net. It's a touchdown for the North DeSoto Griffin.